I was kind of startled behind it because I was in agreement with Brian and Keith. Let's keep fighting. You know what I'm saying? Let's make them continue to embarrass themselves. But at the same token, my son is I've never tried to interfere with his decisions. I just try to give him the knowledge of making the best decision that he sees fit for him. And I support it.
Thank you very much. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So I need to give you all an instruction. Members of the jury, you will notice that certain of the co-defendants are no longer before you for reasons that do not concern you.
Hey, man, what you got to tell these people?
Back. Back, Jack.
All right, so what's up, everybody? We back with another YSL update. Make sure you like the video. Please subscribe. Let me know what you think. Comment.
Prosecution of those co-defendants is no longer a part of this trial. You must not speculate, make assumptions, or draw any conclusions about the possible reasons for their absence, and their absence from this trial must not in any way affect your judgment or influence your verdict as to these defendants in this case. You must base your deliberations and your verdict solely on the evidence presented, and an individual determination of guilt or innocence must be made as to each defendant. All right.
You feel me?
You did.
Hey, man, ain't no cap in it.
No cap in my rap.
You feel what I'm saying?
The right way.
It's time.
The right way, bro.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right way.
Yeah, that way. And go tell that.
He knows my feelings, which I'm not going to reveal for attorney-client privilege, but this is not the same as a not guilty verdict. That should have been rang. But nobody here wakes up every day on a concrete floor that they're calling his bed, gets up at 4:15, gets shackled at his feet, his waist, and his hands, comes to the Fulton County Courthouse to be on concrete, eating out of a bag. Doritos is his meal of choice. And then coming to a courtroom and sit there with a leg chain on him every single day and hear lie after lie. So for Jeffrey, go home today and not have another 90 days or 120 days of it, he is very happy, thankful to the honorable court. So to answer your question, this was not what I wanted. I don't believe that it is just, but I believe that under these circumstances, it is justice for Jeffrey Williams, and he is delighted, as are we, and thankful.
All right, so throw play it out.
Judge Whitaker, I am requesting to be removed from the current case due to the length of this trial and how the state has handled this case. I can no longer be unbiased towards any decisions moving forward. Yesterday provided a glimpse of how the state presented its evidence, and I foresee another 3 to 6 months with the remaining defendants. Thanks. But then that's not what he really meant to send. Because he said, I didn't mean to send this version. Not the other one with a minor correction. Hope all is well. When you have a moment, can you relay this email to the judge? Good morning, Judge Whitaker. I am requesting to be removed from the current case due to the length of this trial and how the state has handled this case. I will be biased towards any decisions moving forward. Yesterday provided a glimpse of how the state presented its evidence, and I foresee another 3 to 6 months with the remaining defendants. Thanks.
I don't know from the court's perspective if this would be appropriate, but I would have no objection to informing this juror that it might not be 3 to 6 months. And I think it might not be 3 to 6 months or whatever he said. And I think that is accurate and honest at this point.
I mean, I think it would be fair to say we have no expectation that it'll be another 3 to 6 months.
In your honor, we understand that he said that he is biased
Towards any decisions, whatever that means.
right, but he said but he specifically talked about the state and how the state is cleaning up this case. So therefore, the state would have some concern with the juror not being able to remain fair and impartial, given what his language was. He didn't say to either side. He said specifically to the state.
No, he didn't. He said, I will be biased towards any decisions moving forward. Yesterday provided a glimpse of how the state presented its evidence, and I foresee another 3 to 6 months with the remaining defendants. And frankly, you have to start a case unbiased, but as you listen to the evidence, as long as you don't deliberate with anybody, you can mull the evidence in your own mind. And frankly, if y'all are presenting the case in a way that is driving a juror crazy, that's on you.
And I understand that, but if he is, it appears that he is, his thought at this point is that he, and maybe that's what we need to ask him, whether or not he still be fair and impartial. So we want to walk everything outside the presence of the other.
I mean, I certainly think that would be appropriate. So I'm looking for some. Good morning.
Good morning.
So I am in receipt of a correspondence from you this morning. And I'm actually in receipt of both versions of it because you sent one and then you adjusted it, and my assistant had already sent that one to me, so I have both. And you seem to be expressing concerns about the length of the trial. And I've discussed that with all of the attorneys, and we all feel comfortable representing that there is really, it's almost certain that this trial will be over far before 3 to 6 months have elapsed. I think it is probable that it will be over before the end of this year. So I'd like to find out whether that assuages any of your concerns.
Given that you said probable, then I'll keep it as is, but I will, if it prolongs, then I will send out correspondence if it goes into 2025.
All right. Let me ask you as well. You said that you, first you said you could no longer be unbiased, and then you said that you would be biased towards any decisions moving forward. Is that because of your worries about how long the case might take?
Yes.
Okay.
I projected it when we first began this entire case, we were projected to be in 6 months and then to a year.
Yeah.
And then given the circumstances in between, I just feel like this is too long.
Yeah.
I love what I do for a living. I miss what I do.
Yeah.
And it's been hindering a lot of things with family and friends. And
Yeah.
things. And so since used probable in the sentence, and so therefore we're assuring that this will probably go for the 2024 year, so then therefore I can still stay on board.
Okay. Let me ask you a couple of other things as well. I know that you were instructed with some version of entering the case and considering the evidence with an open mind and not reaching any final conclusions until the trial is over with. Can you continue to assess the evidence with an open mind?
given the information that we've just discussed, then yes, I can.
All right. Okay, and can you decide this case based only on the evidence that is presented in the law that I give you and not on whether you like or dislike anybody's presentation style?
Since you work that way, then yes, I can go along with that.
All right.
Shooting for 2024, just to be.
All right. Do any of the attorneys have questions for this juror?
I do not, Your Honor.
All right.
I do not.
No, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you very much. I'll excuse you to the jury room and we'll have y'all all back in just a minute. Thank you. All right. Anything further about that issue before we move on? All right. Thank you.
Just briefly, Your Honor, I became aware last night after I got home that my request to the court to show the jury to pass around the bottles of the liquid, that was not an intention for them to take a shot from those bottles.
You did say sample.
I did say sample, so I guess a lawyer, which I suppose I am, would say I inartfully worded that, but that was not my intention. I just wanted them to be able to look at the labels, okay?
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I understand. The jury got a kick out of it. It was a little bit of levity. So, I didn't know if maybe you had said it on purpose for that very reason.
I'd left my shot glasses at home.
I didn't think you were actually wanting to give them samples, but I had to deny that in the way that it was phrased. So, okay, no problem with that. All right, is there any other matter before we get the jury out to start our testimony for the day? Okay, and who's our first witness for the day going to be? Okay. Somebody from the state, if you all want to get Mr. Lee back on the stand, we will finish up with his testimony. Thank you. All right, good morning, Mr. Lee. You can go ahead and have a seat, and I'll just remind you that you are still under oath. All right, go ahead, Ms. Hilton.
Thank you, Your Honor. 38. Good morning, Mr. Lee. How are you? All right. I'm going to pick up where we left off. I'm going to show you what's already been admitted as State's Exhibit 38NN. Oh, Ms. Person, can you let her in? Thank you. Mr. Lee, looking at State's Exhibit 38NN, if you can tell us, what are you wearing in 38NN?
Shorts, jacket,
Okay.
mask.
And does the shorts and the jacket have words on it?
Yeah,
What are the words?
slap. Slap.
Do you
Make
have,
America slime again.
and what, who is do you know who's the designer of that clothing?
Who made it?
Yes.
Miles.
Miles. Is that Miles Farley?
Yeah.
And do you call him Slatto?
Huh?
Does he have a nickname?
Miles.
Do you call him Slatto as well?
Do I call him that?
Yes.
If you go by that.
Have you called him that before?
Yeah.
All right. And in that picture, who is the person standing behind you?
Which one?
The one with his arm over your shoulder.
Look like Yak.
You said the look like, is it Yak or?
Yeah, I think that's him.
All right. And the person that's next to you in the tan jumpsuit, do you know who that is?
I don't know his name.
Okay. All right. And then the person who we can't see the face, do you sitting here now remember or know who that is?
I don't remember who that is either.
All right. Now I'm going to show you what's been admitted as State's Exhibit 39 and who is in that picture?
My two friends,
And who are they?
BB and Christian.
Okay. Do you know Christian's full name?
I forgot his last name.
Does the last name Eppinger sound familiar to you?
Yeah, I think that's it.
And BB, do you know his first name?
Rante.
And do you know whose Instagram posting this is?
I don't remember.
Okay. Do you see on the caption 2 emojis?
I can't hear you. I mean, can you say that again?
Sure. Do you see on the caption 2 emojis?
Yeah.
What are the 2 emojis?
I don't know what the first one is.
Okay.
The second one looked like a snake, or it might be like, I don't know.
Okay. All right. As an artist, have you released a song entitled Where You From?
Yes.
Okay. And are you the writer of that song?
I didn't write it, but yeah,
So you didn't write any of the lyrics?
No.
Did you write some of the lyrics?
I just said it.
Okay. When did you release that song?
I don't remember.
All right. Did you work with anyone to compose that song?
Yes.
Okay. So did you give input to the writers about the song?
Not that I know of. I don't know. The label just dropped it.
Okay. But before the label dropped, did you have to go to the studio and record it?
Yeah.
Okay. And prior to going to the studio to record the song, did you have some words on the paper? How did you know the words you were going to say in the song?
I just said it.
Okay. So you never wrote it. You just spit it from your head.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have a video from that song?
Did I shoot a video?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. And have you had the opportunity with me to watch that video?
Yeah, I think we did.
All right. I'm going to show you what's been marked or previously marked as State's Exhibit 45 and is that the disc with the video that you watched a few weeks ago?
Yes.
All right. And when you watched that video, did it appear to be a fair and accurate depiction of the video that you released for this song?
Yeah.
Right. Did it appear to have any additions or deletions?
No, not that I can recall.
All right. Did you see the individual that got out of the white vehicle and turned to the store in this fight?
Yes.
For the record, which individual walked out of the white vehicle? Was the individual in the beige outfit?
Person that we have with a beige jacket and the green hoodie underneath.
Now beginning is at 26 seconds. And looking at the video, do you see in this upper corner outside of the store that same white Audi? Are you able to see it?
Yeah, you see the tail light shining through the window.
And is that here where the arrow is pointing?
Yes. You can see the door just opened and somebody exited the driver's side and is walking in.
And did you see the same individual in the pink as we saw in the earlier camera footage walking as well?
Yes, yes.
And then you see the same individual in the beige and the green hoodie walk in as well.
Yes. And then the person with the pink hat puts the item on the counter and the person with the green hoodie pays for it for him.
And the third individual that just walked in, was there anything of note for that third individual for you?
Yes, the young man that had the shower cap on and the white shirt that said Slimer down on the back, he was a passenger in the white car at the gas pumps, the Ford Fusion. He got out of the car and came in the store after the driver had come in.
And you eventually see the person with the green hoodie at 4 minutes and 14 seconds in the video come back into the store.
Yes, he had walked back to the car and then walked back into outside the store and made another purchase.
Now, does this camera or video image pick up where that last one at?
Yes.
And we'll start at 0.3 seconds within the video? 8 seconds within this frame. Starting back at camera 19 at 00, we're going to fast forward to 1 minute and 13 seconds.
The red car pulling into the gas pumps there now is the victim, Shamal Drinks. He's alone in the car.
Is that the same red vehicle that you see at the light?
That is, yes. Yes. And you see the driver of the Ford Fusion walks up and gets in his car. Mr. Drinks exits the vehicle and walks into the store.
Fast forward to 3:47, 59, 3:47.
And then Mr. Drinks returns from the store into his car.
Going to publish camera 14. Beginning at 2:04.
That's Mr. Drinks walking in with the gray sweatpants and the black hoodie. He exited the store
And is that what picks up on the camera and we just see when he walks
when he
back?
returns to his car, yes.
Showing back camera 3 at 14 seconds. Is this just a close-up view from behind the register of what we just saw in those last 2 clips?
Yes, that wasn't the victim, but yes, it is.
Was that the other individual that we were talking about?
It's the driver of the white Fusion, yes.
That's- Starting at 1:43. And is this still the Audi that we saw earlier?
Yes, it's still sitting there with the tail light. You can see the tail light in the left-hand top corner of the frame.
And again, that's just a close-up angle of what we saw earlier.
That's correct.
And going back to camera 19. Starting at 11 seconds. Do you still see the red vehicle and the white vehicle both at the pumps?
Yes.
And based on your observation, had this white car been sitting for a few minutes at this point?
Yes.
And is the Audi still over here,
Yes, ma'am.
off camera?
That's correct.
is the red car pulling up?
Yes.
And are we at?
See the red car pulls out on Windsor Street, exit, the Audi follows directly behind, and then the white Ford Fusion falls in behind the Audi.
And was that everything of note to you on the BP gas station video?
Yes.
And did you also then review images from the King's liquor store video?
I did.
Atlanta 911 operator 7663. What's the address of the emergency?
I'm on the, oh my God, it's the I-20 West, I-20 East, damn, exit, what is this? Oh my God, I don't know what's that. If I give you an exit number,
do you need police, fire, or EMS today?
I'm sorry?
Do you need police, fire, or EMS today?
It's an EMS, so basically I'm in
for
traffic.
Brody, EMS. You need an ambulance? Do you need an ambulance?
It's not me. It's for someone in a car.
Hold
they're
on.
sitting in a car and they're not shot.
We were telling you to hold on for an ambulance.
EMS, what's the address of your emergency?
I'm unsure. If I gave you an exit number, would you be able to find it?
Yes, sir. Go ahead with it.
I think it's like exit 56B. It's like the I-20 West, I-20 East, how you get on to I-20 West, I-20 East.
So, do I have to, you're on Windsor Street trying to get on 20 West, or are you on 20 West getting on Windsor?
I think I'm on Windsor trying to get on I-20 West or East. It's like you can go either way. And essentially there's a car here, and someone in the car, he's not moving, and there's a gun hole in the door. And I'm not really trying to find out more, but that's basically what I deduce from the situation.
Okay, so give me 1 second, okay?
No problem. Oh, my God.
Second. And you're on Windsor Street?
I think this is Windsor. I think this is Windsor, 56B. I know, I can kind of see on the highway, and I see it says 57, like it's the next exit, so I think it should be 56B.
Okay.
I just have a question. You're on Windsor, but you're seeing exit signs beyond the exit that you're at? How is that?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Are you sure you're on a surface street?
Am I sure I'm on what street?
You're on a surface street.
Surface Street.
Yeah, are you on an actual street, or are you on like a middle street where you can still see the highway?
Oh, I'm sorry, I did not understand. I'm on the, let me get in my car and figure out what street I'm on. Because, I mean, the guy's not going
You
anywhere.
can also open up your Google Maps or your, whatever your phone uses for,
I'm going to have to go around. He ain't moving.
what kind of car is it? What color is it?
It's a red Nissan Versa. Yeah, a red Nissan Versa. Yeah, his window is shot out. He's definitely
His
been
window
shot.
shot?
Oh my God! Yes.
What kind of car is it? You stopped at the.
It's a red Nissan Versa.
Okay. Go ahead and open up your mapping system on your phone and tell me what street you're on. Okay.
Okay, hold on. Google Maps. Oh my God, I want to get out of here now. I'm on Windsor. Yeah, Windsor.
And what's the crossing area?
It's literally when you're getting on I-20 or East, I-20 East or West, but it's close to Eugenia Street.
So Windsor and. Give me 1 second. All right. And confirm your phone number for me. fire department that's responding, okay?
Okay.
All right. So, give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And are you with the patient now?
I'm at the location now.
I understand that you're at the location. Are you with the patient? Can you see them?
I can see them in the car, yes.
Okay. And how old is the patient?
He's probably early 20s. I would say younger than 25.
Okay. Is he awake?
No, he's not awake.
Is he breathing?
I don't think he's breathing. I have not seen this man move at all.
Okay, give me 1 second. Atlanta 873, a 27 Delta 1G.
I'm 7663. 7663.
Thank you, ma'am. I do need to ask you a few more questions, Kevin. If you don't know, it is okay to say you do not know, okay?
Okay.
Is the assailant still nearby?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I didn't see the assailant.
Is there any serious bleeding?
I'm not getting that close, so I'm not sure. I can't confirm that.
That's okay. I'm sending the paramedics to help him now. Stay on the line, and I'll tell you exactly what to do next. Give me 1 second, okay?
Okay.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Are you able to, I do need to ask, are you able to assist in getting him out the car and starting CPR?
Ma'am, I'm not.
It's okay if you can't. I just have to ask, okay?
I can't. I'm sorry.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Oh my God, that's so sad.
Okay, sir, can you tell me if there's any businesses or residential or anything that you see near you guys?
There's a FedEx, and a liquor store. So there's a FedEx, like right. I think the name of the liquor store, King's Liquors, King's Liquor.
Looking like LAKINGS?
KINGS, yeah, liquor.
Okay. Okay, give me 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
What's your last name, sir? Kevin, what's your last name?
Cheeseboro, CHEES, B as in boy, OROUGH.
Thank you.
Okay. Again, help is on the way for him, and I'll just stay on the line with you until someone gets there, okay? Are you comfortable with doing that?
Do I have to stay here? I'm like...
Sir, before you leave, can you read me the license plates on the vehicle, please? As long as you're not placing yourself in danger, I'm ready. What state is it from?
You say, what state is the license plate from?
Yes, sir.
One moment. I'm walking back to the car. I had kind of walked away for a minute.
All right, don't place yourself in any danger.
Okay. The license plate is from Texas. And do you want, hold on. You want the license plate number?
Yes.
R as in Robert, K as in Kilo, and then M as in Mary, 9343.
Thank you. And is that man black, white, or Hispanic?
He's a black man.
What color shirt is he wearing? Can you tell?
It's a black jacket.
Black jacket. Anything else? Anyone else in the car?
No, no one else is in the car.
Did you see or hear any gunshot?
No, I had pulled up to the stoplight and I realized he was not moving. So I'm just kind of nosy and I'm driving and I'm looking and I see that he looks like he's like immobile, like asleep. So my conscience was like turning back around. So when I turned back around, that's when I realized like, okay, there's a bullet hole in his door.
Got it. Well, I hear the sirens in the background. Can you tell us if that's fire, police?
Fire truck.
Okay.
Oh, fire's on scene? Okay. Okay.
Did they stop with the patient, sir? I don't hear the sirens anymore.
I think they're turning around. I think they had to make a U-turn.
Are you able to flag them down without placing yourself in danger to guide them to the patient?
I'm about to do it now because they probably wouldn't. I'm not sure if they would be able to get, but I'm about to.
Don't place yourself in any danger.
Yeah, he got shot, I think. Right, like, I pulled up and he was right here. It's like, no problem.
Was that the firefighters or the police?
That's the firefighters. Now I think they got on the highway. Oh, my God.
Were you talking to a firefighter or you were talking to someone else, the female in the background?
The police is here now.
Okay, let the police take over. Thank you so much for even taking out the time to report it. We greatly appreciate the call, sir.
In 2022, did you have a car?
Yes.
What type of car?
Kia Soul 2018.
You said 2018 Kia Soul?
Yes.
I want to direct your attention to March 14th, 2022 at approximately 10:20 p.m. Did you have the occasion to be in the area of Windsor Street and I-20?
Yes.
Okay. Why were you in that area?
I was coming from the gym and I missed my turn. So that was kind of the way that I was rerouting myself to get back home.
Okay. And where was your gym located?
Midtown, LA Fitness, Midtown.
And briefly, what was the route that you were traveling from the gym to go home?
I am not sure, honestly.
Were you traveling on the highway?
Yes.
Was that highway 7585?
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not like the most familiar with the streets like that, but I want to assume yes.
Okay.
It was the highway, so yeah, it's a highway I take often.
When you missed your turn, do you remember where you went to try to turn around?
I do not remember the specifics, no.
Did you ever pass a BP gas station?
Yes.
Okay. When you passed the BP gas station, what, if anything, do you remember doing?
Was driving to get back on the highway after I passed the BP gas station, and that's when I noticed the car and I made the U-turn.
Okay. So tell me about when you noticed the car. Where did you notice a car at?
It was I believe it was in the turn lane, far left lane.
And what color was the car that you noticed?
Red.
And when you first encountered the car, you said it was in the far left lane. Where was your vehicle?
My vehicle may have been either in the middle or the far right. More than likely, it was in the middle lane.
And at the time, when you noticed the red car in the far left lane, were you right next to that red car in the middle lane next to the red car?
I can't speak for certain. I do know the car was holding up traffic, but as far as the exact lane, I'm unsure. I'm sorry.
And when you say the car was holding up traffic, can you remember now approximately how many cars were out there at that time?
It wasn't completely holding up traffic, considering there were about 3 or 4 lanes, but I would say roughly 10 cars.
When you noticed that that car was holding up traffic, what, if anything, did you do?
Well, I intended to kind of pass it by and go home, but they had their flashers on, their emergency lights on, and then they looked asleep. So before I got on the highway, I made the conscious decision to do a U-turn and check on them.
How far did you drive before you made the U-turn to come back and check on the vehicle?
I was actually about to get back on the highway, so I was making the turn to get back on the highway, and instead of making the turn to get on the highway, I hit the U-turn.
Once you made the U-turn, where did you go?
After making the U-turn, I pulled up next to the car just to see if they needed any help.
And when you said you pulled up next to the car, were you on the same side of the street that you were previously or on the opposite side of the street?
I cannot really confirm which side, because I did eventually end up, I remember being back on the other side, but actually, no, I was on the opposite side. I do remember I was on the opposite side. So I pulled up. If the car is facing this way, I was facing the opposite side.
All right. You have permission to approach? I'm going to show you what's been marked as 64 VV, 67 VV, and 68 VV. I want you first tell me if you recognize those pictures.
Yes.
First, starting with 64 VV, how do you recognize 64 VV?
That's my car on the far right.
And do you also see in that picture the other car that you were just speaking of?
Yes.
All right. And looking at 67 VV, how do you recognize 67 VV?
That's probably the view I would have had.
Put that other one down for me.
Sorry.
That's okay.
That's probably the view I would have had before I did the U-turn to get on the highway.
All right. And then 68 VV.
Just another view of the car, so looks familiar.
And do those appear to be fair and accurate depictions of the area where you were when you saw the red car on March 14, 2022?
Yes. I don't remember this debris on the ground, but that might be like a minor oversight. But other than that,
You don't
there's
remember?
a box on the ground like of debris or something like that. I mean, that's minor, but I don't remember that. But other than that, everything looks accurate.
Okay. Your Honor, this time the state would like to admit 64 VV, 67 VV, and 68 VV into evidence.
All right, those are admitted.
Permission to publish.
Yep.
First, I want to start with actually 67 VV. Now, looking at 67 VV, and it should be on your computer and on the screen behind you, looking at the picture, are you able to tell or remember where you pulled up with your car when you first saw the red vehicle?
I was more than likely in the left lane, and then after the car wasn't moving, so I probably was more than likely held up by the car, and then I moved over to the right lane to pass the car.
Okay. So initially you were behind the red car.
Yes.
And when you said there were other cars out there, were there other cars in front of you between your car and the red car?
So there were initially, but due to the car not moving, they eventually ended up going around until I was directly behind the car.
Okay. And when you said you went and made the U-turn, and I believe there's a stick to the side of you. If you can stand up for a moment. And just show the jury where you went to go make the U-turn.
It would be actually past these cylinders right here to get on the highway, where this light is right here.
And when you were driving, before you decided to make a U-turn, would you have been going westbound on I-20?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Now showing you what's been admitted as 64 VV. Looking at 64 VV, do you see your vehicle?
Yes.
And is that your vehicle on the right-hand side of the photograph? The single car on the right-hand side of the photograph?
Yes.
All right. And is the red car, the first car, in the picture on the left-hand side of the vehicle?
Yes.
All right. Now, once you stopped your vehicle, please continue. What did you do once you stopped your vehicle and exited your car?
So I vaguely remember, it's been a few years, but essentially I got out the car, I walked around the car, I was going to knock on the window, but then that's when I noticed the glass was shattered. So when I noticed the glass was shattered, that's when I called 911 for assistance.
Did you call anyone else besides 911?
Before 911, I doubt, no. If anything, it would have been my brother, but I doubt I called him before. I did call him after, but not before.
Okay. Once you saw the shattered glass, did you see anything inside of the vehicle?
No.
Did you see anyone inside of the vehicle?
Yes.
Okay. Where was the person who was inside of the vehicle?
Driver's seat.
And if you can describe to the jury, how did he appear in the vehicle? I'm sorry, was it a he or a she?
He.
How did he appear inside of the vehicle?
He actually looked sleep. I didn't notice any blood or anything. He just looked sleep. But considering the glass was shattered, I figured something might have been wrong.
Permission to approach, Your Honor?
You may.
I'm showing you what's been marked as 69 VV, 70 VV, 72, and 76 VV. Take a moment and look at those. Tell me if you recognize.
Yes.
Okay, how do you recognize those?
Well, the first picture I don't really recognize because, when I say that, I didn't open the passenger side door, so this view is not technically familiar to me.
Okay.
For the other three pictures, I would definitely say those views are familiar to me.
So, looking at 69 VV and 70 and 76, 72 VV, Your Honor, state would like to admit 69, 70, and 72 VV.
Okay, if those are the three that he recognized.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, those are admitted.
First, looking at State's Exhibit, publishing State's Exhibit 69 VV. Now, looking at 69 VV, is that the view that you had once you exited your vehicle?
Somewhat, yes.
When you say somewhat, tell me, what do you mean?
This view would put me kind of in the pedestrian crosswalk, and I was a little bit behind the car.
So your car is further to the right of this picture?
Yes.
Okay. And when you got out of your car, did you walk back towards the car in the direction of the car?
Yes.
All right. Looking at 70 VV. And then 72 VV. Is that the shattered window that you just referenced that you saw when you approached the vehicle?
Yes.
Now, when you approached the vehicle, how did you see that the victim looked asleep?
Well, they just were leaned over, so I got out my car, and then I approached the vehicle, and then I noticed they were kind of just like leaned over. So that was my signification that they were maybe asleep. until I noticed the window.
What side of the car did you approach when you saw that he was leaned over and looked asleep?
Considering where my car was, I'm going to say the driver's side. I'm not 100% certain, but I would assume that I would approach on the driver's side, considering where I parked.
Once you saw him inside of the vehicle, what did you do next?
Well, again, I didn't notice any blood, so I thought he was asleep. I think I just kind of continued to survey the car, and then that's when I looked through the driver's side window to the passenger side window and noticed that it was shattered. So then that's when I called 911.
And after you called 911, did law enforcement arrive?
Yes.
Did the ambulance arrive?
Yes, I'm assuming so. I don't remember vividly, but yes.
And once law enforcement arrived, did you speak with them about what you just told the jury here today?
Yes.